Hey YouTube, I know it's been like forever since I've made a damn video. I'm still alive. I'm not dead yet. I mean, I probably should be, but I'm not. Whole bunch of things have happened to me since last time I uploaded a video, but that's neither here nor there. This summer I am going to do some videos. I bought a boat. This obviously is not my boat, but I bought a boat and I want to make some videos about it because it's a lot of fun. But anyway, this video today is about some little additions I made to my car, like those guys right there. In case you haven't seen any of my other videos, this is my 1984 Corvette that has been LS and 4L80E swapped with direct port nitrous and a whole bunch of electronic doodads. This being one of them. So this video today is about exhaust cutouts. I have always wanted a set of electronic exhaust cutouts, and I finally have them. So I want to take a minute to show you how I installed them, what all was involved with it. I'm grabbing my trouble light here so you can see a little bit better. Sorry if I'm probably making you sick, but anyway, so a couple things with these. First off, this is the Summit Racing name brand, like the Summit brand electric exhaust cutouts, and these are 2.5 inch. One thing I want to point out right off the bat with these things, and I don't know why, they are a 2.5 inch. You can see the butterfly up in there. Okay. They're 2.5 inch, but the bolt pattern on these uses a 3 inch flange. So I welded together, obviously, my own tips and flanges and everything. I had to get 3 inch flanges and then flare back here. If you can see, my welds are awful, but you can see here, I had to flare the pipe up to fit into a 3 inch flange. And then these tips that are on the end, I just took some 3 inch scrap tubing I had laying around and I chopped them to make kind of a funny looking exhaust tip. And then whenever no one was looking at my job, I painted them with silver barbecue grill paint. So that's why they kind of look silver. I was hoping they had black, but we ran out. I don't have these wired in just yet. I just temporarily, you can see I got the wire pulled tight, just stretched over. I got a zip tie there holding it up. I had run this, well, I'll show you. I was controlling this just off of a little drill battery right here. I just have a little 12-volt DeWalt drill battery, and I had it plugged in. Now, these exhaust cutouts come with these crappy little switches, and that's what you're supposed to run these with. And then also inside here, it comes with a little, it's just a 555 style timer. And what it does is when you hit open, it sends 12-volt DC to the exhaust cutouts for 3 seconds. You can then hit open again and it will do nothing. It latches it. So then you have to hit the close, or in this case, it says off. I don't know if you can see that. Off. You hit off, and then that sends 12 volts. It reverses polarity, closes it for 3 seconds. So these exhaust cutouts do not have any kind of a limit switch per se. They don't have any way to actually know for sure if they're opened or closed all the way. It's just based on time. I don't like that because I already, you'll see, I took a video earlier today of me running these and opening and closing it, and I'll stitch it into this video here before I upload it so you'll get to see and hear it. And you'll see the problem I ran into. The one doesn't close all the way. And that's not, I don't think anything wrong with the cutout exactly. It's the fact that it's really cold in this garage right now. I mean, we're here in Western Pennsylvania in January. I'm not sure of the temperature, but I mean, it's freaking cold out. So either that little gear motor on top of there runs a little slower when it's cold, or the voltage was a little lower on the battery than it should have been. Either way, it took longer. It would have taken longer than 3 seconds to fully close. And that stupid little controller that it comes with it doesn't know that. All it knows is 3 seconds. So that's why I think these things get kind of a bad reputation, because people say they don't close all the way. And I think that's why, is if anything happens to make them close slower, like low battery voltage, or it's a little cold, or just age or whatever, they won't seal completely. So I'm not going to use the electronics that came with it at all. If you've seen my other videos, oh shoot, let me grab my light again. I'm sorry, I set it down and I walked over here to start talking, and you know, I left my light. Those of you that have watched my other videos know this is a nitrous car, street car, and I have a PLC, a programmable logic controller, in the car that I use to run my direct port nitrous permissives. That controller is inside. This right here is the compartment behind the driver's seat in the car. I've got this plate down here with threaded holes, and that's what the little carriage I built for my PLC bolts to. I actually have it pulled out right now for doing some programming for this. But anyway, the PLC sits right inside this compartment. So all I have to do, what I'm going to do is have the PLC and the little touchscreen I have inside the HMI that I have inside the car control these cutouts. So all I have to do is run the wiring for these into here. That's it. And then I can attach those right to the PLC, some relays I have there on the PLC, and then I can program my touchscreen to control them. So I don't need any extra switches or buttons inside the car to run these cutouts whatsoever. I can do that right off my touchscreen. So I don't need the electronics that came with these cutouts at all. I'm going to write my own code to run them, you know, actually for a little longer than 3 seconds, I think, maybe 3.5 seconds or so. And the reason they limit the time is just so the motors don't bury themselves and hold, you know, voltage on that motor after it's already opened or closed for a lengthy period of time. But they're set at 3 seconds, and in cold weather, that's not quite enough. They're not opening all the way, and they're not closing all the way. So I'm going to give it 3.5 or so. If I burn them up, I burn them up. It is what it is. But that's it, guys. Like I said, just wanted to do a quick video showing what I've been up to, tinkering with this. I did install a line lock on the car. Every winter, I pick some projects to do to this thing. And this year was line lock, exhaust cutouts, and finish up the programming and stuff I have for the nitrous and kind of update it a little bit. But the line lock is in, the wiring is not. So I still got to do that yet. And then the brakes are not bled because I had to replace the brake line going all the way back, because you can see it on the floor here. This was the factory brake line for the original brake line. And I didn't feel like, I hate flaring steel line. So I just replaced going from the master cylinder back to the rear brake, all in NICOP, and flared and bent that. So, but that's it, guys. Like I said, I'll stitch these 2 clips together. Enjoy. Okay, this is running just with the normal exhaust, the normal Flowmasters. I can rev it up. So you can hear what that sounds like. Get it down here. It's middle of winter, so there's a lot of condensation. There's the cutouts. That one is not sealed up all the way, so it is leaking just a little bit. I got these hooked up to a drill battery, and they're not permanently wired yet. So now this is with the cutouts on, or open rather. And let me rev that up one time. That is ridiculous.